What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to the 16th episode of the Miami Marlins franchise. Who's ready for a walk-off home run? That and more in today's episode. Don't go anywhere. Starting today's episode off with a little simulation as we get nothing but wins to start this episode off. Look at that, sweeping the Phillies. Tight series, but we did sweep them in all of the games, and now it is time to go back to South Beach Park. 39-33. At one point, I believe we were 500 at a 26-26 record. Washington's better than us, and we want to beat them down. Sixto Sanchez on the mound. He gets the strikeout to end the top of the first and go into the bottom half of the inning where our batters face Steven Strasburg. A 3 ERA on his season, only a 109 whip. He's been pitching pretty darn well. And here's Eloy Jimenez and into the glove out in right field. So still a scoreless game into the top of the first inning, and that one's hit right up the middle. They're going to attempt to score the runner down from third base. It is thrown right on target, but the tag is not in time. And Washington takes a 1-0 lead. Victor Robles at the plate, and he hits this one to deep left center field all the way to the warning track. That is going to bring home another run and leave two runners in scoring position that Washington does not bring home. Here's Brian Anderson at the plate in the bottom half of the inning, and he crushes one into the fountain out in left field. Brian Anderson's 12th home run of the season traveled 376 feet off of Strasburg and cut the Washington lead in half with the solo shot in the bottom of the fourth inning. So big solo shot for Brian Anderson. Does it spark this offense into scoring some more runs? We'll see. Bottom half of the sixth inning we go. It's Brian Anderson again, and this one is slammed off his bat as well. Straightaway center field and gone. 13th homer for number 15. Traveled 420. Javi Baez now at the plate in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Nobody on base, and Javi Baez sends one to center field and out of here. A bomb for Javi Baez, 16th of the year, 402 feet for the big free agent signing. And Javi Baez making his money worth it. 98.7 exit velocity. It went about 401, 402 feet. I don't know, conflicting ideas there. But Roberto Osuna, 20 of 23 so far this season in save opportunities. Looking to get another one here in the top of the ninth with one out already. There's a nice grab. Second baseman ranging over, and now here, a deep fly ball out to left field and run on and caught by Eloy Jimenez to end this game 3-2. Washington falls despite a 2-0 lead to start the game. So nice comeback win for our Marlins. Brian Anderson, no doubt player of the game with his two solo shots. It was Javi Baez's solo shot that took the lead in the sixth inning, though. Strasburg goes 6 innings, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts for him today, 3.11 inflating his ERA to. And then Sixto Sanchez gives up 2 through 7 innings. We end up winning the final game of the Washington set to win the series 2-1, and we move into July to take on the New York Mets. Looking to get ourselves to the All-Star break today. We have a trade offer. Omar Narvaez, the Brewers would like to give us for Jesus Aguilar. Not really a trade we are looking to make. Aguilar hitting a lot of bombs for us, but could be foreshadowing for something later on. Not today, but maybe in the next episode. Just remember that Omar Narvaez was offered to us. Washington, we play another series against them and drop 2 out of 3 games. So now sitting at 42-38 as we go into Fenway Park to take on the Boston Red Sox and Nick Pivetta, who is 4-8 on his season, a 5.35 ERA and a 141 WHIP. He could be doing a little better, obviously, this season. Obviously, not going to be his best year, but facing Michael Conforto in the top of the first. And Conforto, just a little too much air under this with a runner on. So, to the bottom half of the inning we go, and it is Noah Syndergaard on the mound for us. Record doesn't show how great he's actually pitching for us. 5-6 record. He's got a 3.21 ERA, but that 102 whip is oh so good. Facing Rafael Devers in the bottom of the first with 2 already gone and a full count, and he will foul this one out on a pop fly. Here's Starling Marte, the former Miami Marlin, hits this one over the monster, and it is a 3-run blast for Marte, his 7th homer of the year. He was saving up some power for when the Marlins came to town, and he hit the bomb there to give the Red Sox the 3-0 lead early on off of Noah Syndergaard. So Starling Marte still not regretting trading him over. Here is Eloy Jimenez with the hit up the middle, and a run will score 3-1. As the Marlins will not be shut out, at least today. Hunter Renfroe at the plate in the bottom half of the 7th, and this one going to go over the monster as well. That is gone. Big shot, Hunter Renfroe, 355 feet, a 99.7 exit velocity. Really nice blast off of Syndergaard. Syndergaard would get through 7. Here is a dribbler, and that will be the final out of the game. 5-1 win for the Red Sox at home at Fenway. Big win for them as they are looking to contend in the AL East. Starling Marte, player of the game. He hit the 3-run blast. It was really all the Red Sox needed to win the game. He was only 1 for 4. Nick Pivetta gets the win. Syndergaard gets the loss. He goes a full 6 innings and gives up 5 earned runs. Not really his best pitching performance of the season. Of course, ERA inflates to 3.45. Curtis came in. He didn't give up anything in his 2 innings of work. 1 strikeout, but his ERA is a 5.97. Has not been one of our best relievers this year like he was last year. Pivetta gets the win, brings his ERA to 5.14. And the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp with the exact same record as the Gwinnett Stripers. We're taking a look at Alexis Sanchez in this matchup. And a strikeout early on in the bottom of the first. His opposing pitcher is Drew Smiley, who hasn't really pitched all that well. 4.99 ERA with a 1.60 whip. Hasn't exactly been all that impressive. And Alexis Sanchez with a great crack of the bat. But unfortunately, the straightaway center end, he just does not have the power to get it over the fence. So here, Ryan O'Hearn is going to strike out on the slider inside, and Sanchez looking to move forth through this game with some strikeouts. Here he is at the plate again, and an infield fly with 2 away to end the top half of the 4th inning. Going to the bottom half of the 4th, Wendell Rijo going to strike out on the running fastball low and in. Then Jacob Pearson in the bottom of the 5th going to hit a ground ball. Very nice defensive play to end the 5th inning. Sanchez, 5 innings of no-run ball. Here in the bottom half of the 6th, though, that one goes over the wall. And a big bomb for Drew Waters. 13 bombs this season for Waters. And Sanchez, 1 big mistakes, giving up the home run ball, and it could be a mistake that causes him to get a no decision or worse, maybe even a loss in this game, as that blast is going to send him out of the game. So Sanchez coming out of the game in the 6th. They bring in Dax Fulton. So we take a look at how this game goes. It will be a no decision for Sanchez. He comes out of the game in a tie. So looking to see who's going to get it done. Dax Fulton still on the mound, still pitching pretty well, not giving up any runs. We've got an opportunity to bring a run home with the bases loaded and 2 away, and there's the run scored off of the walked-in run by the Gwinnett Stripers. So 4-3 is the lead. We're going to take out Dax Fulton, and we are going to bring in Durbin Feltman to try to close this thing out and get us this win. Well, he's in the 8th inning, so That'll bring us into the ninth. J.J. Bleday with a solo shot, Navarreto with a 2-run shot, and now it's not even a save opportunity. So Durbin Feltman going to get the dub. 7-3. Look at that. 4 runs scored in the final 2 innings for the Jumbo Shrimp. J.J. Bleday gets player of the game, 2 for 4 with a homer and a double. Dax Fulton gets the win, 1 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 walk. So, very good game for our Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, but they're not looking like they're in playoff contention this season. We'll keep checking in with some of the big players down there, but I wouldn't expect to see them come September. So, moving on through the Boston series in a rubber game against Boston, but we're going to take a look at the Double-A Pensacola Blue Wahoos, who always tend to hover around a potential playoff spot. They are 1 game above 500 right now, and we're going to take a look at John Duplantier on the mound. He's got a 3-5 record, but that doesn't tell the whole story. He's got a 2.56 ERA and a 1.36 whip. Whip a little worse than the ERA, but we'll see what John Duplantier is all about. He's got 2 outs in the top of the first, and this fly out to center field gets him through his first inning of work. Then we bring the hitters up against Joe Ryan. He is 3-3 on the season with a 2.13 ERA and a 1.30 whip. So a couple of pitchers pitching a little better than their record would indicate, and this fly ball out to left field will end the first inning. So Philip Santiago on deck. But, man, here's a nice hit out to center. A diving attempt is no good, and that is going to bring and clear the bases. A bases-clearing triple for Rene Pinto to bring up Philip Santiago and potentially bring that 3rd run home. Here's Philip, and he's going to line this one over to second. That's thrown on to first for the out, but he does get the RBI on the runner from third. So a 3-0 lead for the Montgomery Biscuits. And here's a big hit out to left center field. And that is going to be a double and an RBI double at that. So Pensacola gets themselves on the board there. Josh Lowe up at the plate trying to bring home that run from third, and he just cannot do it as he will not beat out his poor ground ball. So now we go to the top of the 5th, and the first baseman having trouble there. Duplantier did not need to give up the 4th run of the game, but there you go. That's what happens when you have some bad defense out there. Miles Mastrobuoni. That's the best I can say the name, but he will ground out and end the 5th inning. We go over to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Bobby Robinson, you remember him as the draft pick, and he will make it 4-2 with an RBI here. Willie Quintana getting one down the right field line all the way to the foul pole up against the wall, and that's a nice double that will leave 2 runners in scoring position here. Potential to tie the game. They're going to bring in Adrian Guevara, no relation to Che, but he has been really poor against right-handed batters this season, even despite his 3-1 record. Here is a ground ball over to the shortstop and thrown on to first for the 2nd out. Does bring home a run. Victor Mesa looking foolish on the inside fastball. 4-3 game. Yaxel Rios coming in. He's got a 16 out of 19 save opportunity ratio, .87 ERA. He's been pretty incredible for them. He gets the strikeout of Josh Lowe. Now Victor Mesa up, and he's got a fly ball out to right field, very shallow. Second baseman takes care of it. And with 2 away in the bottom of the 9th, the last hope for the Blue Wahoos, Albert Guerrero lacing one to center, and that will fall in center field. So, hey, opportunity may be arising. 2-out rally is always a possibility. Here's Kevin Mendoza reaching out for one, and that is caught at third base, and the Montgomery Biscuits hold on to win this game 4-3. So the Montgomery Biscuits coming into Pensacola to knock down our Blue Wahoos. We are now exactly 500 on the season. Miles Mastrobuoni with a triple and double is the player of the game. Joe Ryan gets the dub. John Duplantier gets the loss. Ryan with 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and 1 strikeout in his 5 innings pitched. And for Pensacola, it was Robinson, Lowe, and Quintana with the RBIs. Duplantier went 8 full innings and just takes the L there. So Boston wins that rubber game. Then we win a 9-0 game to open the series against the Reds, lose the second game 13-7, and then win the rubber game. Moving on, Joey Gallo gets acquired by the Yankees for a bunch of guys I'm sure they don't care that they had to give up. The Rangers getting some prospects in that deal. Maybe it'll work out for them. Clark Schmidt is pretty good. Dylan Dingler could be nice for them. We'll have to see. We've got a moment game to take a look at here up against Josh Hader. It's Jose Peraza in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 on. Going to get a tag up over to third to have runners on the corners with 1 away in the bottom of the 9th. Potential for a walk-off from Conforto, and that's what we're going to get. Michael Conforto into the fountain in right field, 404 feet on a 108-mile exit velocity off of Josh Hader's fastball, and Conforto does it again. I want to see it in the comments section below, everybody. I know how much y'all been hyping Conforto the entire season, and Conforto gets it done yet again with a walk-off bomb, a walk-off 3-run shot. Runners on the corners. All he needed was a single to tie it up, potentially a double to win it. He said, screw that. We're hitting this thing all the way over the wall into the fountain, and a big win for the Miami Marlins at home at South Beach Park against the Milwaukee Brew Crew. So taking a look at the box score, Schwarber hit the bomb for the Brew Crew. Vogelbach with the other RBI. That was their 2 runs to have the lead, but for us, Christian Pache hit a solo shot. That's why it was 2-1. Conforto with that 3-run bomb. Sixto Sanchez could only go an inning in this game, so hopefully he is going to be okay. We'll see. And we have made it to the point of the All-Star break, and we will take a look at that in the next episode. But let's see, what are the stats looking like out here and the All-Star voting looking like right now? Max Meyer getting some good All-Star votes. I personally think he's getting snubbed. You let me know in the comments section below. I think he's pitching way better than what he's being voted, but I can't say I'm surprised. Roberto Osuna looking like he's going to be our only pitcher in the All-Star game. We'll see if that ends up being true. As far as position players, Jesus Aguilar is way at the bottom there for first base. Second base, we've basically got nothing. Third base, Brian Anderson's way down. It doesn't look like he's going to be getting a nod for the All-Stars either. Shortstop, Javi Baez is third. I could see him potentially getting there, but I don't think they're going to put 3 shortstops in. At left field, I don't see any shot we have. Center field, we've got no shot also. Bellinger and Acuna, always staples. Harper and Betts at right field. I think Conforto's getting snubbed here. I can see Mookie Betts. He's got that 327 average, but only 11 homers. Conforto's got 21 bombs at the All-Star break. Like, can we put some respect on Conforto's name? Looking at AAA All-Stars, Alexis Sanchez is our highest starter, which doesn't look like he's going to be making it. Relief pitcher, it doesn't look like we have anybody. You can see Michael McHugh doing pretty well. See some of them user prospects doing their thing. Looks like Ryan Muller will be making the All-Star game potentially, even though he's only got a 4.39 ERA. Of course, that doesn't tell the whole story. Roldani Baldwin might be able to make it as backup catcher in the AAA All-Star game. Let's see what else we have. Ben Guillen, I don't think he's making it at second base, unfortunately. Would be cool to see another position player get in there. Guillen's had a very nice season, though. At third base, Abel Alvarado, look at that, another user prospect getting in there. He's probably going to make it. We'll see. Royce Lewis is going to be there. Lloyd Kapler not going to be there. Jazz Chisholm, he just hasn't really wowed anybody in this series thus far, and I know he's doing well in real life, but man, this is not real life, and it's clear to tell. Lamonte Wade, we know of him. Let's see, Drew Waters, that was the guy who hit the 3-run bomb in the other game that we were taking a look at. He looks like he's going to make it. Cameron Misner was a guy who was there last year, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it this year. So we look at Double-A, and it looks like Jordan Holloway might actually be the starter in the All-Star game. Look at this. He's 7-0 with a 180 ERA. He has been absolutely incredible this year. Cody Poteet doesn't look like he's going to make it. Connie Campos and Robert Wright both look like they could make it at relief pitcher. Maybe even Adam Klopfenstein, depending on how many they want to take. But looks pretty interesting. Looks like we can get a bunch of pitchers. Kevin Mendoza, don't think he's going to make it as catcher. First base, Grant Levine has a good bit of votes, but I don't think he's going to end up making the All-Star game. Albert Guerrero may start at second base. That would be huge. That would be really fun to see. Bobby Robinson may make it on the bench. That would also be really fun. As we know, we drafted this man late in the last draft. I believe it was like 5th round, so it would be really cool to see him there. Reynel Delgado is up there, but I don't think he's going to make the All-Star game. Neither will Willie Quintana. Victor Mesa's 4th in center fielders. He's cooled off a little bit. He was playing really well earlier in the season. Xavier Marchant might make it, though. So looking at the stats for everybody, Conforto and Javi Baez both tied for the team lead, 21 home runs. 15 for Jesus Aguilar, 14 for Brian Anderson. Everybody else is kind of a pleb. We look at pitching, and Alcantara is actually pitching really well for us. 10-5 with a 3.09 ERA. Max Meyer is amazing. Randy Dobnak right now is probably my most trusted long reliever. Osuna is closing pretty well, and you love to see that. Hopefully we can make a run towards the postseason. AAA, I guess it's kind of easy to see why they are, I guess, underachieving a little bit. The averages are not all that high. The pitching ERAs are not all that low. There are some people that are playing well, but everybody else is just not playing well. Everybody over 4 for the most part. We have a couple of guys under 3, which is good. In Double-A, we got guys that can hit. Bobby Robinson is batting .310 this year. And the pitching ERAs, look at this, all under 4, these top 5 pitchers in this. We have 1 or 2 starters that are bad and maybe 1 reliever that's bad. So looking pretty good. We'll see. Let me know in the comments section below. Predictions for the rest of the season. How are we looking at the All-Star break? Let me know. We are just a little bit back here. We're always just about 3 games back, man. We just got to keep pace and see if we can overtake come past the All-Star break. Padres got a 10-game lead on the West. Dodgers and Mets would be the wild cards right now. We're 3.5 games back of the Mets. So games against the Mets are going to be extremely important, and we will be taking closer looks at those series in the second half of the season for sure. Yankees and the Twins and the Astros all leading their divisions. The Angels, the White Sox, and the Rays are all in the wild card at the moment. White Sox, Rays tied for that second spot. The A's are actually 5 games back, so it's looking pretty commanding over there in the AL. The Jumbo Shrimp are 17 games out of the Durham Bowl, so it doesn't look like the Jumbo Shrimp have a chance. The Blue Wahoos are 4 games out of the Shuckers, but of course they do that first half, second half stuff, so not really a big deal. We'll have the second half to prove ourselves in Double-A. Again, let me know any predictions you have for the rest of the season in the comments section below. Please do not forget to drop a like on this video. It really does help the channel, as well as sharing it to social media platforms via the share button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel, or hey, if you're one of those 73% of people that have been coming back without subscribing, please drop the sub. It definitely does help the channel get some notoriety, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to help out the channel. If you want to see some more franchise, make sure you click right here to see some more franchise. I feel you,